What's up, horror fam?
You know what time it is.
And today we're talking reincarnation.
Let's get into this.
Alright, we are here. What's up, everybody? And welcome to the Horror Chronicles podcast.
We're podding.
Podding it up, guys. I'm your host, Ryan, and with me, as always, are my co-hosts. To my left, Mr. JT, as always, into his house.
What's up, everybody?
And our mistress of the macabre bear to my right, Breezy.
What's up, guys?
And as you guys heard, we are going to be talking about reincarnation, past lives, past life regression, that kind of cool shit. Some stories that people have about it, our thoughts on it, and then, all of the above.
Yes, sir.
It's a pretty cool, I don't know if you guys know what past life regression is. Past life regression is actually, it's like a form of hypnotism, meditation. You can do it yourself, too. It's a way for you to delve into your past life and try to remember things from your supposed past life.
Try and figure out why you're seeing all these weird memories.
Yeah. And there's some cool stories. There's some really cool stories about, especially with the kids.
Oh, big time. Most of the cases are kids.
Yeah, with the children. Because they're, they say it's a little closer to what reincarnation they say is or possibly could be.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone knows this. I'm going to jump into this little part of it.
We jumped right in because we didn't even do any business.
Oh, shit. We forgot about the business.
Jesus.
That's all right.
If it wasn't
Let's roll.
If it wasn't for JT, we wouldn't have no business.
We would not.
Thank you, JT.
Thanks.
Yeah, guys. Just a real quick business. Hit us up on Facebook. We're highly active there. You can get our stuff merch at TeePublic. tpublic.com. Check it out. Put in Horror Chronicles Podcast or Horror Chronicles. It'll pop up.
Oh, yeah.
Check us out on YouTube. We've got a channel over there. It's growing.
It's growing.
Pretty cool videos on there. You get to see our beautiful faces.
Sexy. Sexy. Yeah. So, yeah, guys, check us out. Cranium Radio. You can get us on craniumradio.com.
Cranium Radio.
Yeah, every Friday night, 10 Eastern, 9 Central.
Hit us up, guys, and listen to them anyway. They got good, great music, so go check them out.
They've got great DJs and killer music.
It's a good time.
Shout out to Cranium Radio. All right, guys, that's the business. We usually do a little more, but you know what? We're going to get into this shit.
Get on.
So as I was saying before JT reminded me what the hell I was doing.
Or what you weren't doing.
Whatever, it goes both ways. I was going to say kind of like Breezy, but it's all gravy. No, guys, there's a I don't know what you would call it. I guess a myth or a theory on what happens to you when you die and when you see the light. So,
the dark.
Oh, the dark.
Fear of the dark.
Oh, yeah. One of my favorite bands.
It's a good one.
But yeah, guys, they say that when you pass away, this theory is anyway, when you see the light, as you're coming out of the light, that's you coming out of your mam's vagina.
The vagina.
That means you're being born again.
The vagina.
We're not even 5 minutes in and we've already said vagina.
It's who we are.
I was going to say
say
cat, but I didn't.
But he couldn't grab it.
No, they say that is you being born again. So as you're coming out, you see the bright lights, and then
your booty's getting spanked.
You're getting smacked around like a redheaded stepchild, and you start
like
crying.
to be spanked.
Me, a little bit. I don't like rough spankings, just light touches. But anyway.
It's not what you said the other night.
Oh man, it's gonna be a long night. It's gonna be a good night.
It's gonna be a great time.
It's gonna be a great night. But anyways, guys,
turn this camera off.
Or keep it on, whatever.
Break it out of the corner.
Come on, get off, Jason.
What are you doing to Jason's machete over there?
Mind your own business.
Holy shit, we lost everything.
That was a good time.
Back to reality.
And we're here.
No,
So
guys.
anyway, past lives.
So yeah, past lives. So they say as you're being born again. And you see the light, which is all the bright lights of the whatever you're at. And then you're crying because you're remembering what your past life was, and you're like, what's going on? And you're all,
Confused and all, yeah.
And then as you get older, you start to lose that connection, I guess you would say, to that.
Yeah, because normally those cases, they tend to, have those experiences at a younger age, and as time goes by and they start going through changes, I guess, and getting older, they kind of just forget all about it. Through changes.
Look at you, this full good music tonight.
I love it.
Man, I'm ready to rock.
I love it.
Yeah, guys. And what's cool about it is that there's a lot of really, really cool stories from children who, have supposedly and in their minds had past lives. And some of them like really vividly remember things.
In detail.
It's pretty crazy. There's a lot of really cool stories, and we're going to get into some of those stories. Get into our own thoughts on reincarnation or what we think there is or lack thereof, I guess. So whatever you guys want to get into first, I don't care. You guys, why don't we give our opinions on?
Okay, I'm going to give you my opinion because that's what I do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I
Interestingly
believe
enough,
in reincarnation for some. I've seen too many things in. One of the things that really gets me is like when you see the pictures of somebody from now and somebody from 200 or 300 years ago, and they look identical. And then, they can remember things from, a certain person's life. We talk about kids all the time. Some of these kids are remembering horrible memories that a kid should not ever even think about, much less be telling a story about, being killed at war and, just all kinds of weird stuff. I think there's got to be some truth to it. Yeah, I mean, I just...
Well, do you feel like you have had a past life?
I don't, but I have had some, some weird moments that we're going to get into some of those things,
Okay.
Deja vu kind of stuff.
Yeah. What about you, Breezy? What's your thoughts on the old reincarnation, past life stuff?
I believe, the souls are chosen, and I don't know, maybe they get to have a retake because maybe their life was too short or they didn't get to succeed, so they're choosing to try again, I guess. But I believe in reincarnation for sure.
Yeah, there's a... Oh, go ahead. You going to say something?
No.
There's a theory that you continue to come through and live your life till you
Complete
it the best, the best that you can.
Yeah,
you're
till gifted with another chance. I mean,
as far as I don't know if I've talked about it on here before. I've talked about it before previously with you kind of and stuff, but like I don't know. I feel like I say this a lot. Like I was born in the wrong era.
Yeah, for sure.
And I say that because like ever since I was a little kid, I mean, young.
I'm just glad you weren't born in the wrong body.
Yes.
Or was it?
Or was it? No, but ever since I was a kid, I've been like really into combat, I guess you would say, like just martial arts or fighting fighting an oppressor, so to speak, like whether it be vampires or someone attacking me or someone else I love or something. Like I've always been in that, and like that's what got me into doing MMA and all that stuff. And I was gonna go into the Marines, that didn't happen, and which I highly regret, one of my biggest regrets in life. But anyways, so I got into MMA after that, and that fed that hunger, I guess. But like I always felt like I was going to be part of something bigger, or I was here for a purpose.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's not me trying to talk myself up. It's just, I've always felt that way. I've had millions of conversations about this with Stowe, and I've always felt that way. And what it is, I don't know, but I feel like when I say I was born in the wrong era, that maybe that's a past life thing. Maybe I'm feeling emotions from a past life, like I don't know. That's my outlook on it. I think that reincarnation, past lives, is really probably a real thing. I think that we're all connected on a crazy wavelength, and who knows? I mean, the possibilities are endless. You know,
it's been around for centuries. I mean, it's a big thing in a lot of religious cultures like Buddha and Hinduism, and so.
Yeah, I think that's part of maybe that theory I was talking about. Maybe that is religion. Maybe it's Hinduism. Hinduism maybe is that. If anybody knows, give us a shout in the comments. I think maybe that's the one that says you keep going until you do it right.
Yeah,
and you get it done the right way, and then you pass on to the
next.
But as you said,
well, at least I know I'm coming back.
Yeah, you are.
Definitely fuck this one up.
Yeah, you are.
Oh.
But kind of like you said, though, maybe it's different for everyone.
Yeah. Well, and what makes me think that it's different for everyone is if reincarnation was real and it happened to everybody, would our population really be growing the way it is?
Well, yeah, because people can still be born. There can still be people that are born, but it doesn't mean
it would be like as one person dies, another person's born.
Yeah, but then again, check it out. We don't necessarily really know 100% how many people are ever on the earth. We just go off of what your Lord and Savior science says.
Hey, motherfuckers know how to count, damn it.
But we don't really know. No one knows. Even though people there changing their mind every day on how long people have been on the earth.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So it's who knows how many people were here before. That gets you into the lost city of Atlantis and all this other stuff, which is crazy. That's a whole nother story altogether. But
Aquaman.
Yeah, Aquafina Man.
Aquanet.
I
used to wear that when I was in the cover band.
Aquanet. I remember Aquanet. My sister fucking used that shit like it was her hair up front. Her bangs would be like 4 foot tall.
Yeah, it would.
Oh, shit. Back on track, folks. Back on track. Sorry. We have, very low attention spans.
So here, I got something here.
Okay. You can speak.
So these are 9 signs of possible reincarnation. Okay. One of them we've already touched on, and that was deja vu.
Myself. Oh, sorry.
Deja vu is that feeling like I've been here before, I've done this before.
I just had that really bad the other day.
It could be that, and we have talked about this, it could be that you're reliving an event from a past life, or it could be the interdimensional thing that we were talking about the other day.
Different dimensions, like
my dimensional self now has accidentally done the same thing that my other
mental
interdimensional being has done. There's a lot of thoughts on that. Of course, science looks at that as, your brain does strange things, and we don't totally understand the brain. But,
yeah.
I'm going to get a shirt that says, fuck science.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, he would.
and then he's going to get me one that says science.
It says science. Fuck it. Please.
He's going to fuck science. I'm going to be science.
Wow, if that's the case, I just want to sit back and watch the fucking.
Anyway.
She could be the camera.
Sorry.
Anyway, the
just
next
came out like
the next
diarrhea.
one is unusual memories,
Yep.
which that is one of the biggest precursors to, well, not precursors, but
Bullet
yeah,
Yeah.
to
bullet
yeah.
points.
JT can't talk tonight.
Starting to sound like me.
So the next one is dreams and nightmares.
Yeah. That's a big one.
And I know that's happened with just about everybody, where you have a dream of something that you would have. There's no way you would know anything about that.
Yeah.
How the hell did your brain just come up with a dream for something like that? And then strange fears and phobias. You know, like you're afraid of the water, you're afraid of birds.
Past life, you died in the water.
So, yeah, did you possibly drown in a past
Yep.
life, and that's why you're all of a sudden afraid of water?
Yep.
Or
Anal
were you attacked
penetration.
by birds in a Hitchcock movie, and now you're afraid of,
Yeah.
finches or something? I don't know.
That would be me. I don't do birds.
Woodpeckers.
Yeah. Another one is an affinity for unfamiliar cultures. So that would be like
Brazilian girls.
You know things about the Amazon women, like the Aborigines, or you're really good with like ancient Chinese culture, or Hindus, or any of that stuff.
Tongue twister.
It just, you've got that in your brain. Another one was passions. And when I looked at that, when I first saw that, I thought, passions, what they were talking about is when you're passionate about something.
Like I was just saying.
Like you were just talking about. And one of the things that I could think of is, I kind of did some reading on that, was, everybody's got hobbies. I like to play music. I like to watch horror movies. Those are hobbies for me.
Yeah.
Like the masturbate
Horror
while I watch
movies
Judge
are a passion of mine. But what they're talking about is the guy that's like, say he's a woodworker.
Yeah.
And he spends 18 hours a day grinding on his wood.
Working up on that wood, boy.
On his wood.
You talking about me?
So, that guy that spends a lot of time in his shop, making furniture and doing stuff like that.
That's what I call it, making furniture, baby.
Yeah.
I'm out here making furniture.
Sorry. This one's right up Ryan's alley. Uncontrollable habits. He just can't stop touching himself.
I'm making furniture.
He's
Woodworking.
making furniture.
Woodworking.
Or as Amandel says, he's giving a high five.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Hello.
I thought this one was interesting, was inexplicable pain. Having aches and pains that, like, your doctor can't figure it out.
Yeah.
And, why is that hurting? Why are you going through this? There's nothing wrong with you.
You just
a
want
lot of
oxys.
people are considered hypochondriacs. But it's not really hypochondriism. It's,
We know a lot of
it
those.
could possibly be something from a past life.
Yeah. Birthmarks.
The very last one, birthmarks. There's a huge theory out there, folks, about birthmarks. I'm going to say this, but I think that everybody has a birthmark.
I got this one. It's like right here on my.
All right, well, let me see.
That's
Show it to the camera.
butthole.
Oh, everybody's got one, huh?
Yeah.
I was the only one.
I think, to my knowledge, everybody has a birthmark somewhere on their body.
Yeah.
I would assume. I don't know.
I would gladly search your body to find them.
But there's a... Okay.
Do it.
Nice. Then you can work some wood.
Spirit fingers. Who's ready to whittle a couch? Who's ready to whittle a couch?
But there's a big theory out there that a birthmark on your body is possibly the way you were killed in your past life.
Go ahead, Bree. You want to say something?
Well,
No, you continue.
well, I was just going to add to that. There was a really cool story that I read about a boy. She's looking at me like she's going to kill me. Are you wanting to tell that story? Or?
No, you
Okay.
You continue.
So there was a story I ran across about this boy, and I think he was from Guatemala.
Yeah.
And he kept telling his parents that he was killed by a shotgun blast
Jesus.
to the chest.
Yeah.
This boy had a birthmark on his chest that was little small dots.
Yeah.
in
That's
a perfect
freaking crazy.
shape
Yeah.
on his chest. Well, when they started doing research on that, they found out he kept saying his past name was Mao Ra or something like that, or Moon Ra or something like that.
Natsun Cow.
When the doctors started doing some research on that, they found that there was a man with the same name that was killed by a shotgun blast at close range to the chest. And when they didn't have pictures of it, but the description that they put in the autopsy was the exact same pattern that was on this boy's chest.
See, guys, that's freaking awesome.
So,
like,
I mean,
not awesome, but freaking, I think awesome.
It could
crazy.
be a coincidence, but how
like,
would this boy even know that story?
Exactly. And the thing is there's like a lot of stories that I came across that, with the whole
cool. You need to get
Tell us one.
Tell us a story.
Okay, this story is actually anonymous.
Anonymous.
Okay, but the person who brought it to my attention, they went by his name as Dan, and this happened in 2009, so it's a little bit more recent. But it's crazy. It was this boy was around 3 years old when he told his parents and his doctor he was someone else, and he knew where his grave was. Dan claims he was killed with an axe blow to the head, which was exactly where his birthmark was, and he could lead them to his grave. Mm-hmm. He took his doctor, who was investigating his case, to a village and walked up to this guy, and said, I used to be your neighbor. We got into a fight, and you killed me with an axe.
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
Yeah. The man's face completely went white, apparently, and he said that to show them. He said that he was going to show them exactly where his body was buried. Mm-hmm. Okay, so he led them to a pile of stones, and underneath there was a skeleton wearing farmer's clothes. The skull had a clean axe wound right on the top of his head. And in his skull, where Dan's birthmark was, exact spot.
So the kid actually led them to his own grave.
His old,
wow,
where his body was. So
that's cool.
And this story, I'm assuming it's the same one that I know because it's the exact same situation. They said that this boy lived in a village. I can't remember where it's at. It's like in... I
don't know. It was anonymous, so I don't think they really wanted to give much detail.
I know that I heard this story on another podcast. They were talking about something like this, and the kid lived in a village, and he kept telling his mom about this or whatever. Mm-hmm. So they went to a completely another village. And I don't know if you guys probably, some of you may know this, but like some villages, like in these like Africa and places like this, they don't even communicate with each other.
No,
like they could, it's crazy. Like in Australia, there's the Aborigines. They all have different languages. There's over 500 Aboriginal languages. No, every one of their what they call themselves, clans or something, they can't speak each other's language. They're all completely different. But anyways, so
their name is Connor McLeod from the Clan McLeod.
Clan McLeod. But anyways, this kid was saying that he knows where he was buried. Mm-hmm. He knows who killed him. And eventually, like you said, they went over to this, village, figured out that this guy, did die and all this other stuff, blah, blah, blah. They couldn't find his body.
Ding!
And then, bam, they find the body with the axe wound, matching the kid's, birthmark, all that shit.
Oh, yeah.
I
think it's crazy. I feel like the soul really wanted to get justice for his murder and, get peace with his old life and make sure they found his body.
Yeah, that's a freaking cool story.
For real.
Jesus.
Well, what's crazy, too, is like...
and there's tons of stories out there like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, check this out. My youngest son, he's 3 years old. He's got a birthmark right above his eye, right below his eye. And like he tells the weirdest story. He's always talking about dying. Not hit like he's always
look at the movies you let the kid watch.
No. I don't let him watch too many of those. He watches Aren't Scared Stupid and stuff like that. But no, he talks about like I died in this way and that and blah blah. Starts telling these stories and I'm just like, dude, no, you didn't die. You're here. He's like, no, I died. And he constantly tells Jax all the time, I see my sister.
Yeah, I've heard him talk about it.
And he goes, and Jax is like, we don't have a sister. He's like, no, I have a sister. You don't have a sister. I seen my sister.
Yeah. I've actually heard that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
And when we started talking about this thing, that's kind of actually, it was a weird fucking coincidence of us doing this podcast or this episode because, like, I had mentioned it to Bree and JT in our group text message. I was like, hey, guys, what about past life regression? And then you were like, oh, my mom literally was just telling me about this.
We're all connected.
And then, and then I was thinking about it, and, like, my son, I remember, him talking about, like, he's fucking adamant about him having a sister. And, like, he tells Jax, no, you don't have a sister. I have a sister.
Wow.
And I seen her, he said. It's crazy. And he's, like, so fucking, I don't know, man. He talks, he's 3 years old. He doesn't turn 4 till November.
Yeah.
Late November. And, like, he can have a straight conversation with you.
Which is the exact age between 2 and, 7 or 6 is
he can
cases.
have a full-fledged conversation with you about things and, like, some shit that he shouldn't even know.
Yeah.
And talk to you in context about things.
Well, and that was one of the things about having memories, about stuff.
And he's adamant about that.
You could tell Knox has an old soul for sure.
Yeah.
My dad always says that, Kennedy, I've got twins, and he's always like, Kennedy, you could tell she's an old soul, but Kinsley, you could tell she's fresh because she's learning. She is learning. But,
She's fresh. Woo!
She's a fresh one. She
That's
loves
awesome.
hard.
It's pretty crazy. And then we started talking about this, and I was reading into it and stuff, and I'm just like, man, like, just the little things I catch with Knox, he's super, super affectionate.
Yeah.
Like, he,
very warm.
Wakes up every morning early. He asks me to get him out of bed. Like, he's just like, it's like a little fucking other, like, adult there talking to you. It's crazy.
Seriously, yeah.
Crazy. I don't know, man. And talking about this episode and me diving into it, I'm just like, more and more and more. I'm like,
when he communicates, he gives good details too.
Exactly.
Like the words that he says, it's just like unreal. You're like, did that just come out your mouth?
Yeah. He uses shit in context, and I'm just like, what?
I don't even know what the hell you just said.
Yeah, I'm like, where did you learn these words? Like, it's
I
pretty
can see
cool.
that, though,
it's
with
pretty
Knox,
cool.
for sure.
But I know 100% for a fact that he talks about, and he's fucking severely adamant about having a sister.
Yeah.
And now
I've heard
Jax
that.
is always like, you guys need to have another kid so we can have a sister. I'm like, If we have another sister, you're going to have 2 dads because I'm a... We're going to have problems.
Jax, I'm your new daddy.
Whoops.
I tell you what, you can't have another sister, but you can have another mom. Breezy's in the house.
Whoa! And it takes a turn.
Frapples.
So,
It's 2020. Come on.
birthmarks.
Yes.
Do you guys have birthmarks?
Yeah, I do. I got a small, but mine's like tiny.
Mine are small, yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that about you.
Yes, it is.
Look at that.
I have got one about the size of my thumbprint
Yeah.
on the top of my right foot.
Achilles.
There you go, yeah.
So what's weird is it's right in the middle of my foot.
Yeah.
So it's possible that maybe in my past life, I don't know, stepped on a nail and got some typhoid
tetanus?
or some shit.
Yeah.
Who knows? Tetanus.
I got this
You
weird.
got lockjaw and you're like, ah.
I got this crack that runs from the bottom of my back all the way up to my gooch. It's got a hole in it.
And he's got an M tattooed on both sides.
Nom, 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 nom.
When he does somersaults, it says, "Wow, mom! Wow, mom!"
Wow.
That's funny. That's funny.
Sorry.
No, but I got like a very tiny birthmark on my leg. Like, it's tiny. Like, it's literally not even the size of a fingertip. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got like a couple small ones. I mean, on my arms.
Those are called freckles.
Sorry, wrong thing.
She's freckly.
And those are called genital warts and down below.
And that's called.
Damn it.
Gonorrhea syphilis, lady. Get that shit checked out. No, it's weird. Like Krista's sister's got a fucking birthmark. Her whole thigh is a birthmark. Literally, it's like this big.
Maybe she lost her leg.
Maybe.
She lost her. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen people with big ones like on their
That's it.
on their torsos and stuff. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen
mean,
some
that's-
people have some really crazy.
Shark attack.
I know a girl that's got one on her chin.
Oh, wow.
The big one.
Wow, Ryan. Just wow.
Christ.
You know where my head was.
Wow.
Because I met you in the gutter.
Uh-huh. See, so you don't be wowing me.
Oh, moving on. Hey, by the way, folks, we got to get ready for a live show.
Yes, sir.
at
Yes, sir.
that.
So this might be a short episode. Sorry, guys.
Hey, it's
We love you. We
okay.
promise we love you. But no, this is actually it's pretty cool because it kind of just leans into everything else that we talk about as far as like the other side, what happens, different dimensions possibly. I mean, it's like an endless fucking just rabbit hole you can go down, and it leads you all these different tunnels to everywhere.
So if reincarnation is real, where do ghosts come from?
Well, like you said, I think that it's different for
It's
everyone.
different for everybody.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I really
depends on
do.
the soul. If you are good, you get a second chance because they know that you, I don't know, didn't get to succeed. But if you ended up wasting your life,
Fuck. Well, I'm not coming back then.
No,
the next
every
stage.
opportunity.
I think that's different because I believe in different dimensions. I think that some people say, I need to go onto this next plane. And some people are like, man, I haven't finished what I wanted to. And if, they're good enough, then they pass through and
Good enough for them.
come back, If not, they go to the lower dimensions. Who knows, man?
Going to hell.
Go to hell, you die. No,
honey, yes.
oh, honey, you go to hell for you. JT doesn't know what we're talking about, so he's not laughing. but that's where I look at it. I think that you kind of have a choice. Certain people have choices. Certain, spirits, energies that, if you put off bad shit in life, then you're probably going to go to a bad place. If you're taken suddenly, like in the instances of birthmarks, then we're probably people who were taken before their time. Or taken violently and suddenly and shouldn't have died. So they get a second chance,
That's a good thought.
And then if you pass away and you go to the other dimension, you live a nice long life, or whatever, and then you go move on to the next other plane. That's how I see it.
I can understand that. Just
know,
like
I-
that case with the little boy, and his past life was he was in the military and he got shot down. And the 2-year-old kid, was able to give a description of the sea vessel that he took off on. I think it was the Tacoma or I forgot. But I could tell, the age of the plane, the fighters, and the China flag on, because it was his past life was during World War II. So
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, I think that's a good explanation for it. I think, that if you get taken suddenly, then it's before your time, then you get a second chance.
Yeah.
I think that there's a constant battle between good and evil and things like that. And if an evil person kills you before your time to go, then I think that you get another chance, and
Get another shot at it.
get another shot because it was taken from you, basically. That's how I view it.
It's a good thought.
That's how I
Good
view
thought.
it, But I mean, as far as myself, like, I don't know. I feel it's weird, man. I got a just strong feeling that I'm just like I said, you're born in the wrong era. Sometimes you feel like you're born in the wrong era, but it's.
And then you end up moving into a different look into it, and it's really not you being reincarnated. You're just being a demonic kid who ended up getting your soul taken from you, and you've got a little demon inside you just speaking out words.
Talking about my penis?
Yeah.
It's funny that
my
you
little
say
demon.
that because I've always felt like I should have been alive like during the 40s and the 50s.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
You're a mobster.
He'd be Greaser.
Greaser? Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm 100% with you. That's what I'm talking about. Like sometimes I feel like I was born in the wrong era. Like when I was fighting, man, I know it's cliche really for people to say that shit, but like you feel like a fucking gladiator, dude. Like you're put in a fucking cage. You're fighting this other dude
For your life.
for basically your life, I mean, it was that something that I needed,
Mm-hmm.
And
I
I
thought you were talking about gladiators.
I was talking about you,
Yeah,
The one show.
something I needed. But no, it was something that kind of fed that fire I had, and I got consumed by it. And like you said, obsessions, or passions, so to speak.
Yeah.
I was like training 6 hours a fucking day, working full time, training 6 hours a day. And the only reason I quit is because, Krista, my wife, she was like, you're spending
You're
way
gonna
too
kill
much time
yourself."
doing that. No, it was, you're not spending near enough time with me. And she was right. I mean, fuck, I was working, 10, 12 hours. And
And so now he spends every Saturday night with JT and Breezy.
yeah, it's all right though.
Love you, Krista.
Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. I'll have Bree love you later for it.
You know what I'm talking about.
But anyways, yeah, guys, that's my outlooks. That's my outlook on past lives and reincarnation. I don't think it's everyone does it, but I believe it's there. I gave you my explanation. That's all I got for you asses.
Nah.
Well, good for you.
So, that being said, we got a live show to get ready for, folks. I think we're going to cut this one short tonight, but it's okay.
It's all right.
We're always going to put something out for you guys. You know this, because we love you.
Yeah,
Except
we
JT.
do.
Yeah, this was a precursor for some other chaos we're going to bring up here.
We are bringing some chaos. But yeah, guys, we love you. Thanks for the support. We kind of skipped doing the business. We'll do a little business now. If you're just listening to this on iTunes or Spotify or whatever, come on over to Facebook. Check us out, guys. Highly active on our page there. Send us a what's up. Start a conversation. Say hi. We always, either one of us always try to
Chime in.
chime in with you guys.
All
and-
three of us are on there all the time, so
Yeah, we always try to make sure we get a hold of everybody that gets a hold of us and kind of like and stuff like that and heart
And
stuff.
connect.
We like to connect.
I think next week's going to be pretty cool.
Yes.
We are going to have the girls from Show Me Scares on.
Yeah, show me scares. Shout out to them.
Super
We're
excited.
going to get a hold of Shayla and Terry this week, see if we can come up with something and get them on the show.
Have a
And blow your mind.
shindig, baby.
Yeah, it'll be cool. If you guys haven't checked them out, check them out. They're very good podcast called Show Me Scares.
Show me
Show me
scares.
scares.
Check them out, guys. Yeah, like we said, they're going to be on here next week, so tune in and enjoy. And as always, guys, until the next time we with you, keep it creepy. Bye.